What's good, Steeler Nation? My name is Jack Sperry, and this is Steelers Talk. You know, guys, here on the show on Steelers Talk, we try to keep things light, have fun, all that sort of stuff. But right now in the NFL, we're dealing with something that's bigger than football, and it's definitely not an enjoyable situation, which is that Damar Hamlin, the safety for the Buffalo Bills, is currently at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in critical condition after he suffered a cardiac arrest on Monday Night Football against the Bengals last night. Obviously a very serious situation. His heartbeat was restored on the field after medical professionals gave him CPR on the field, and you could just tell with the players on the field, man, their reactions. There's people crying, there's people kneeling down on the ground. I mean, there's people in utter shock. And this is something that has completely rocked the NFL world, and it's not just the NFL in general. I mean, it's specifically with the Steelers as well. So the Steelers last night, they tweeted out, "We send our thoughts and prayers to Damar Hamlin, his family, and the Buffalo Bills." And then also there's players on the Steelers, right, that were teammates with this guy, including quarterback Kenny Pickett, who played with him at the University at Pittsburgh. And he tweeted out last night, "With you every step of the way, 3," with a heart emoji there. Very nice by QB1 there. And then also, with the Steelers community, we've seen stuff like this before, life-threatening injuries, very serious type injuries. Ryan Shazier is one of those guys, right? Somebody that his football career was taken away because of a hit like that at this same stadium, actually. It was at Paycor Stadium where this happened, which was where Ryan Shazier had his injury, and he said, "Prayers for Hamlin. I hope everything is okay." And it's just, this is a really tough situation for the NFL, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, for Damar Hamlin and his family. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, the Bills organization, everybody that was on that field and had to witness that really scary situation. And, but the good news is, guys, if there's any positive that has come out of this, is that Damar Hamlin's charity, the Chasing M's Foundation, which really does a lot of things for kids, gives them school supplies, Christmas presents, a bunch of really good stuff. It's a really great charity. Has raised over $4.6 million was the figure that when I last checked since last night. So if you want to help that, if you want to help raise that number a little bit and help some kids, help a cause that Damar is really serious about, you can go donate to Damar Hamlin's charity. We have a link down in the description. So go ahead, and if you're feeling like you want to give, you want to help out Hamlin's family a little bit, a cause that he really cares about, you can go down and click that link and donate to his GoFundMe. With Hamlin, the thing about him and the thing that really ties him back to the Steelers specifically is that he's from Pittsburgh. This guy is a Pittsburgh native. He played high school ball at Pittsburgh Central, right? He's a local kid. He went to the University of Pittsburgh, played football there, played with Kenny Pickett, right? He was in that same facility that the Steelers train in every single day. So most of the coaching staff on the Steelers knows this kid on a personal level. Mike Tomlin talked about him today. We're going to get into his comments in just a little bit. And it's just a really sad situation, not just for the Steelers, of course, but for everybody in the league. And, obviously our thoughts and prayers go out to Damar and his family as he's going through this really difficult situation. We really hope that he makes a full recovery. And football should be the last thing on people's minds, guys. But at the end of the day, this is a fellow Yinzer, right? He was a Steelers fan. He was, he grew up watching the Steelers. He wanted to play for the Pitt Panthers. He ended up doing that. He accomplished that dream. And, he was living out his dream as an NFL player. And, it's just an absolutely devastating situation for somebody that is so highly respected and so highly thought of in NFL circles. It's really, really a tough situation for everybody involved in the NFL. So now we're going to get into some comments, some really emotional, touching comments made by a couple of different players in the Steelers circle. First one coming from head coach Mike Tomlin, who knows Hamlin on a personal level. So this is what he had to say. "It's just an honor to get to know young people like that. Had an opportunity to express that to him whenever I see him. We've played Buffalo each of the last 2 seasons, and he and I get to have a moment because it's just cool to not only appreciate these guys in terms of where they are now and continuing there, but to know them since they were younger people and to watch their maturation through their development, to watch them, earn what they've been chasing. I've just really a cool thing." And he's an example of that. I got a lot of love for that young man. And Tomlin, he said in this press conference today that he's known this kid since he was about 12 years old. Right, he was in the Pitt Panthers facility, which is it's a shared facility between the Panthers and the Steelers. If you didn't know that, and he got to know this kid. Apparently, he does some really great stuff in the community. He has a big heart. He's a very well respected player within these NFL circles because of the kind of person that he is. And this one really hits hard for the Steelers, for the Pitt Panthers community, of course, and just the community of Pittsburgh, right? He grew up in Pittsburgh. He is a Yinzer, just like I am, just like you are, right? He's somebody that grew up in Pittsburgh. I didn't grow up in Pittsburgh, but he did, and he was a Steelers fan. And it's just, as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, knowing you guys, getting to know you guys over these last couple months, all of you guys are just so fantastic, and just having this community with Franco Harris passing away a couple weeks ago, and now someone from Pittsburgh dealing with this really tragic situation. It's really a somber situation, and it's hard to put words to it, especially the right words to it, in this kind of situation as someone that's in sports media right now. But, we're doing the best that we can, and we're hoping and we're praying that he gets through this okay, because, man, you would just hate to see some bad news in this kind of situation with games coming up. So coming up, I'm going to share some really intriguing thoughts that Ryan Clark, former Steelers Super Bowl champion there, had to say on ESPN last night. I think it's worth sharing. But before I do that, we have a little word from our sponsor here at Fabletics. Fanatics, not Fabletics. Fanatics, my bad. And they have some really great stuff on their website, guys. If you don't have a Kenny Pickett jersey yet, right? Kenny Pickett, QB1 of the Steelers, rookie quarterback. It's very possible that you don't have a Steelers jersey right now. And Fanatics has some really great stuff. They have some really great jerseys for some really great prices. So you can buy a jersey from them at chatsports.com/Pickett to go to the link to get a Kenny Pickett jersey. Pickett's been lighting it up here the last couple of weeks. He's been looking really, really good. I love his new look with that new helmet. He's somebody that I think has a chance to be a Pittsburgh Steeler for a long time. So it could be a nice investment to go and get a Kenny Pickett jersey. So you can get yours at Fanatics at chatsports.com/Pickett now. All right, so now Ryan Clark had some really interesting and really thoughtful things to say on this matter last night when he was on ESPN. And he wasn't expected to be making this kind of commentary, right? He was expected to be on there talking about football, talking about, a big game between the Bills and Bengals, but, he's just kind of thrown into the situation. I think he handled it beautifully. He said, when Damar Hamlin falls to the turf, you see the medical staff rush to the field and both teams are on the field. You realize this isn't normal. This isn't just football. So many times in this game and in our job, we use the cliches. I'm ready to die for this. I'm willing to give my life for this. It's time to go to war. I think sometimes we use those things so much, we forget that part of living this dream is putting your life at risk. Tonight, we got to see a side of football that is extremely ugly, a side of football that no one ever wants to see or never wants to admit exists. And I think Clark last night did a sensational job. I mean, he's getting praise on Twitter, on social media today because of the way he handled the situation. And he handled it with grace and with class. And, he's someone that's been in that situation before. He's had a life-threatening situation when he was in the NFL before. And, he with blood clots and, he has sickle cell disease, guys. So he had a similar situation where teammates didn't think he was going to make it. Right, and thank God he did. Thank God he made it through okay, and hopefully Hamlin does the same here. But you could certainly see the NFL postponing games this week for sure. Right, I think that might be the right thing to do. I think they should probably move games to next week, because remember, the NFL does have that buffer. They do have that cushion. They usually have a 2-week break before the Super Bowl after the AFC and NFC championships. So you have a week here where you could just say, okay, we're going to make sure that everybody in the NFL, coaches, players, personnel, everybody is okay mentally, right? You could cancel the games for this week and then resume play next week. I don't know what you do with the Bills-Bengals game in terms of, whether you just make it a tie or you resume play next Monday night, right, and you play the Week 18 games next Sunday. I'm not sure what exactly the right answer is. The NFL is trying to figure that out right now. But, at the end of the day, guys, this is bigger than football. This is about a human being that is fighting for his life right now. And it's about it's about his family that is fearing that they might be losing a brother, a son, right? So a friend, teammates on the field, man. The Buffalo Bills, we got to be making sure that those players are okay, seeing their brother, seeing their teammate on the ground, not breathing on his own. It's got to be a really traumatic experience. They need all the help that they can get. Everybody that knows this kid, everybody that around the league that is dealing with something mentally needs to get the help that they need. The NFL is taking steps to make sure the players are getting that help. But, if the players don't want to play this weekend, they shouldn't play. That's my opinion. I think that this is a situation where you got to make sure that the players are okay to play before you end up doing it. I understand that there's contracts and media and all these different things that are involved logistically with the NFL, and that can be hard to move around. But at the end of the day, this league is made up of players, and you just can't send players out there unless they're good to go, they're ready to play. Because at the end of the day, this is a violent sport. This is something that's very difficult to deal with. And after seeing something like that, playing games on Sunday might not be the answer for the National Football League. But I guess we will see on that front. I'm not quite sure. Obviously praying for Hamlin and his family, hoping that he's going to be okay. And we're definitely sending our thoughts and prayers to him and his family. All right, guys, so we do have a Steelers injury update here before we say goodbye. So Mike Tomlin had his Tuesday press conference, his normal press conference, and he announced that Minkah Fitzpatrick is dealing with an ankle injury, and he is questionable this week, but he is expected to play. Tomlin didn't seem too concerned about Minkah. He ended up playing after he got injured last week. So, he's dealing with an ankle issue, but he's probably going to play against the Browns if they play on Sunday. Myles Jack is still dealing with that groin issue that he's been dealing with the last couple of weeks. And then James Pierre suffered a concussion last week, is questionable to play as well. He's still in concussion protocol. So that's your daily Steelers injury report update there. But before we say goodbye here, if this is the kind of stuff that you want, daily Steelers news and rumors content, we got a bunch of great stuff coming out, guys. Subscribe to and join our Steelers family here, guys. We got over 19,000 true Yinzers, people that bleed black and gold. They love the Steelers, and it's really a great community for guys to come talk about the Steelers. Usually, we're not talking about stuff like this, really serious human stuff. Usually, we're talking about fun football stuff. So it's kind of an unorthodox type of video today. But so if this is your sort of thing, guys, you want daily Steelers news and rumors content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel now. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Our thoughts and prayers, once again, go out to Hamlin and his family. And at the end of the day, guys, this is a tough situation, but we're going to get through it. And, Pittsburgh strong. Okay, guys? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.